Want honest, non-influenced reviews over assistive and mainstream technology from a blind person's perspective? Check out the Teachability reviews on our website.
The opinions expressed on Teachavision are solely those of the guests and hosts and do not represent other companies or third parties. Thank you for listening.
Hello, and welcome to Teachavision, a podcast by Screenless Allies, where everyone has a different vision of learning. And now, here's your host, Jose Briceño.
Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Teachavision episode number 55. Thank you again to everyone for sharing, for telling your friends about the podcast, for liking the Facebook statuses on our page, and so on. We hope that we provide you some good educational and entertaining material. So, we're going to continue on with this camp story that Mariah and I have prepared for you here, Mariah Long. And on this part, we're going to veer away from the sad stuff, and we're going to talk to you a little bit about just some of the good accomplishments, because obviously, yes, this story so far has just not been the best, and I understand that. And for the record, I know that there are also good things to every story, and we're going to highlight these good things and these accomplishments on this episode before we get to the final episode where, well, you're going to have to find out. No spoilers. Anyway, so this is all the good stuff that happened at this camp right here on this episode of Teachavision by Screenless Allies.
So I know we've been talking a lot of the bad things, but there were a couple of good things too. So one of the things, they had a figure who would watch over the campers and give them a note and a token of sorts. The note would say things like, "Dear Jose, I was really glad to see that you conquered your fear of the zip line, and you're a rock star in swimming. You shine like a diamond," and blah, 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 whatever. Love this figure's name. But when I was a camper, I would get these notes and tokens. Every camper got one. It was designed so that nobody was left out. And the idea, kind of Tooth Fairy-esque. At night, the counselor would, sorry, I'm about to spoil the legend, but usually a counselor would make the token and then write the note and then put it where the camper would find it in the mornings. Well, when I was a camper, I would get these notes and they would be in print. And I would have to have a counselor read them to me. I was just like, I don't like this. So I had my brailler. I'm so glad I did this because
I was teasing her about it. I'm like, why the heck did you even freaking think about it?
He's like, why? Yeah, he was like, why do you need this? And I was like, I don't know. There's a reason. And so when I found out that we had a totally blind camper, I was like, okay, what braille does she read? Every time we'd get a kid who was totally blind in, I would tell their staff, ask them what kind of braille they read. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to you, it makes sense to me. And then I would say, okay, send me the note that you are going to write as this figure for them. So I'd get a message with a note and I would sit and I would braille out their notes. And I remember I got this video sent to me by one of the counselors. Oh my God, I think she was 7 or she was so freaking cute. She was reading her note and you could just tell how happy it made her that she could read her own. Everybody else could read their own notes, so why couldn't she?
Yep.
In the video, you could just hear how happy she was about the fact that she could read her own note. And she was reading it out loud to the counselors, and I loved that. Being able to do that for these kids. I wanted to give that little piece of magic that I had, even though I was facing all these stupid, unnecessary things, I wanted to be able to give these kids some sort of, I don't know, it's freeing to be able to read my own mail. I think you did the same thing too. You were like, I've got a kid, I need your brailler. And I was like, okay, here you go.
So first week of students, we had a visually impaired, going blind slowly young man. Let me tell you, I was the only person that, and Mariah kind of knows this because at first she was like, can you do it? And I'm like, I can freaking do it. What are you talking? I literally said it that way. What are you talking about? But don't you need help? No, Mariah, I don't need help. You'll see.
Right.
Because no one was helping the poor guy. You know, he would get up. Where's the XYZ? Oh, hang on, man. Let me help you. Okay. It's over here. Use your cane. Go here. Hey, where's the water? Oh, here you go, man. I'll put it right by your trunk here, your water bottle. Hey, do you know how to use this technology? Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you do this, you do this. Well, I didn't realize the impact until the team lead got me in his office on Friday after they left.
Oh, Lord.
Saturday morning, actually. And they were reading me what you can improve on and what you can do, whatever. And then at the end, he said, but Jose, there is one thing that I want to share with you. We put out a survey. And one of the questions was, who is your favorite counselor out of all the people there that helped you? Well, this student, I'm kind of tearing up just a little bit because it kind of makes me feel good about this. This student put me as a counselor, as his favorite counselor ever. And on the reasoning he put, because he was very helpful. I'm sure he struggled, but he helped me so much to get acquainted with my area, where my trunk is, where everything was. And not only that, but I actually asked Mariah to help me do a little bit of brailing for him as well.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
It felt really good to do that. And I remember I told Mariah, I said, in your face, I am the favorite counselor of this student. And she was like, I am you for that point. But I mean, that was the thing though. That was an obstacle that, you know, I didn't realize as a counselor, because honestly, I'm not counselor material. I'm not a camp counselor material. Like bossing kids around going to bed was like the best thing ever for like a few weeks. But being able to help somebody who is visually impaired to be able to do all this, and the parents being thankful about it. Because I remember we had the talent show. Remember the talent show like that Friday, like when everyone was graduating? And
Yeah.
And I remember before he left, he came up and, Jose, hey man, I want to say bye. Can I give you a hug? And I'm over here. Yeah, man, just whatever, man, just do it. You know? And you know, his parents, thank you so much for helping him. He's been bragging so much about you all day. Thank you for helping him. Seriously, it helped that he had somebody that understood him as somebody who's blind. So thank you so much. And I'm just over here.
Man,
You're
welcome.
I mean, you know, because it felt good. I will always take that with me. That story is always coming with me, and I'm always going to tell the story because, yes, we might have had our obstacles, guys, but see, those moments, like the happy little girl or the guy as well with me, where they loved what we did for them, was probably the best highlights that we could ever take with us.
Oh, yeah. I had a conversation with a deaf kid, and I got her over her fear of dogs. Now, that was freaking cool. It was camp out, and my dog was hanging out. He was having some late night sunbasking time. And this kid came up to me with one of the counselors who was acting as interpreter. And the kid asked me my name, and I actually signed. So when I say I had a conversation with a deaf kid, I actually had a conversation with a deaf kid. I fingerspelled out, my name is Mariah, and this is my dog. There's a sign for a working dog, and I spelled out his name. And then she asked if she could pet him. She was saying that she was a little bit afraid of dogs, but I told her through the counselor. There were times where the counselor had to do some signing for me because I obviously didn't know everything, but I basically was like, you know, don't be afraid. He's not going to hurt you. And the counselor was like that, the smile that just lit up her face. She got over her fear of dogs because of mine.
Hi, this is Maureen from Insightable Puzzles. Puzzles designed with the blind in mind. Raised lines, shapes, textures, and sometimes braille can be used as clues to piece together a tactile jigsaw puzzle, born of your patience and persistence. Whether you're a new or a seasoned puzzler, there is a puzzle that's just right for you. Explore my website, insightablepuzzles.com. That's INSIGHT able. And discover the fun of completing a puzzle by touch alone.
Hello, everyone. Jose here. So I did not want to end this episode of Good Things without giving you another story. This story was actually a lot of fun, and actually I would like to do this again. So there's actually a fun little bonding activity for people that are in the sighted realm and the blindness realm. Look at that. I sound like a magic bird. No, you get my point. So we went to Chili's one of those weekends, and there were 2 sighted people with us. So that was actually pretty cool. And one of the things that we did was we had a little competition. Now, how did we do that? Well, simple. And this actually can work in any restaurant that has a braille menu and a print menu. So what we did was we took the braille menu that they had at Chili's, and we turned the page and just kept turning pages until we found a random word or phrase. In this case, it was a phrase. So we would say something to the effect of, okay, I want you to find a mini malted, right? So then the sighted person would have to go in and find the exact wording. And whoever found it and would tell us the words around it won. And it was actually kind of fun because it not only educated on Braille, in my opinion, because these people have never seen Braille before and has never seen us read Braille before, but it also just had something fun that we could play and test out quick reflexes. It was actually kind of cool that we made it into a competition. So that was actually probably the best thing that I can honestly say was a lot of fun. Mariah, I still don't like you for reading the freaking calories on the menu when you were reading the Braille. Thanks. We appreciate that. Not.
Thank you for joining us on this episode of Teachavision. If you enjoyed the episode, make sure to check out previous shows, which are equally informative and fun as this one. Make sure to also check out our website at screenlessallies.com. Like us on Facebook, facebook.com/ScreenlessAlliesOfficial. Do you have any suggestions or comments? Why not email us, info@screenlessallies.com. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.